wherever you are, just taking a moment for yourself, for this breath, and just closing the eyes. And maybe just closing the eyes is the only step you can take today. Maybe it takes that much of your focus, of your attention, to just turn your brain off that much. And if that's where you are, that is okay. If just creating that boundary from yourself and your work or your to-do list is all that you can do, allow that to happen and just honor yourself for at least taking that step. And as you settle into your space today, eyes closed, just begin to bring awareness to the breath. Not trying to manipulate or change the breath in any way. Just acknowledging the way you are breathing today. Maybe that's through your nose or your mouth, or a combination of both, in and out through different pathways. Just acknowledging the way you breathe. And if this is a familiar practice for you, maybe beginning to dive a little deeper, considering maybe the lengths of your inhales and your exhales. Is one longer than the other? Noticing the parts of your body, maybe your chest, your shoulders, your belly, the parts of your body that are rising and falling with each breath. As you fill up and exhale, release it all out. Just becoming aware of the rise and the fall. Also noticing maybe that suspension or retention, that holding that little pause as you inhale, maybe pause for just half a breath. As you exhale, then fully holding that at the end, keeping the lungs empty for just a moment here. Inhaling fully, incorporating those little pauses, just kind of elongating the breathing sequence. Just getting to know your breath, your patterns here. And just take a few more moments to really focus on a good couple rounds of breath. Just that awareness factor. We can get so absorbed in the day-to-day, the fast-paced nature of life and our responsibilities, that we get so disconnected from our bodies, our breath, our mind. So coming back, having these moments to just come back to that presence are crucial and are something that we tend to neglect. So I invite you here to take advantage of that reconnection, of that relationship to yourself. And if you want to just take your hands, placing them on maybe parts of the body that you feel that breath really entering or exiting, rising and falling. If you need that to make that connection, please do. And just a few more really deep breaths here. Noticing maybe the way that your breath has changed even from the start of this little practice. And if this awareness is difficult for you, if the focus isn't quite there today, maybe you attempt a visualization technique. Maybe you, just closing the eyes, can begin to envision a color filling up the air, filling up the space in front of you. And as you breathe in, let that color really just flow in through your nose and mouth, filling up your lungs, your chest, your belly, just going to any parts of the body that you feel that breath going to. Letting that color swirl around your body, and as you exhale, releasing out fully, breathing out that colorful breath into the air again. Maybe the color changes as you continue this inhale and exhale of this color. And if there's another visualization that works for you, some people like to work with box breathing, where you essentially work your mind's eye around to the corners of a box. If you are going to attempt that box breath, I invite you to just start at that bottom left corner. As you inhale, working your mind's eye to the top left corner. As you work your way over to the top right, just let that breath hold in suspension. Exhale. As you work your way down to that bottom right corner. Pausing before we inhale, working your mind's eye to that bottom left corner again where we started. Inhale as you work your way up, holding here. Exhale, again pausing before we take our next inhale. So just working your way around that box. If it's more of a rectangle where the pauses are a little shorter, then that is okay. Just using that visualization tool to create really even, flowy like breaths, just to aid in your breathing sequence. Taking a few more moments to connect with the breath, to allow those distractions in, just being kind to ourselves, knowing that we are taking this moment to give ourselves the time to connect, to reconnect with our breath and with our mind, and that the distractions, the noises are inevitable, and that it doesn't mean we're failing at this practice. So I invite you to just be kind to yourself along this journey, along this path to mindfulness that we are all on. It is not a quick fix journey. It's something that changes every day, and the challenges change every day. But it is something that with practice can become a tool that we can easily, usually, hopefully easily come back to when we just take the time to give ourselves this ability to be present, to be one with ourselves and our breath. And it can be a beautiful gift to return to give to ourselves as often as we need it. So as you take your final breaths here, maybe set an intention if something comes to mind that you would like to call into your life, that you'd like to work on, or that you're striving towards in your life here. I invite you to just call that forward. What could you do in your upcoming week here as you keep this intention in mind? What could you do to just bring you maybe 5 to 10% closer to that goal? What is something really tangible that you can set your mind's focus to this week in terms of this intention? Maybe just consider that for a moment before opening your eyes. And when you're ready, just take a deep inhale. Just really widen the arms, lifting them up to the sky. Exhale, bringing the hands just down through heart center. Maybe your gaze just goes towards those fingertips, so slightly cast down. Fill up with a deep inhale here. Exhale, bringing the thumb knuckles to the forehead center. Just let yourself round down, exhaling. Namaste. Thank you for taking a few moments out of your day, your Friday, or whenever you're watching this practice or taking advantage of it. I hope that it brought you a few moments of peace, of being able to turn down the volume a little bit. I just hope that it brought you that moment of connection to yourself that you might have been looking for. And I will see you soon.